that, and I think that's just a perfect segue to kind of jump into our top 10
Throw
of
in
the
the top
week,
10. Let me lob it up there. There we
I
go.
mean, I don't think there's too many shocker. Well, there is one shocker. I think the obvious one, Texans. I mean, we thought it over. We got to give them some love. What the Texans are doing right now with Nico Collins
It's fun.
Stroud is it's
It's
pretty
very fun.
incredible. It's a great job. And I know people are gonna say, that that Steelers offense is terrible, but that defense has been pretty good all year. Like they're pretty solid. TJ Watt is,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
what
think
more can I
I
say
just
about
like
that?
it because they'll throw it. They'll throw it around the park. They'll put up points. Like it's a fun watch, even more so than like Bucks, Colts, Rams. Like they're
Oh, hey,
yeah. No offense to Ram, but like I don't know. I just feel
no,
like
I know what you mean.
just but
Yeah.
the three honorable mentions plus the Texans, like they're all kind of. It's not that. I'd say 9. There's a gap between 9 and 10, and then there's another gap between 8 and 7.
I can see that.
And those are kind of like the big jumps. Like Seahawks 3-1, they beat the Lions. Um,
See, I could play devil's
solid.
advocate for that though, just thinking of that because the Rams did beat the Seahawks too. So that
They
like
did. The Rams
I
have
don't know.
2
There's a lot of things
losses.
like that. That's
Seahawks
true.
have 1,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I'm
the
with you.
Ram, yeah, like because who? But the Rams have 2 good losses. Like having the Niners, was it a
Yeah, by
7-point
7,
game?
not bad.
Not a horrible loss. I mean, I'm gonna count it as a 10-point loss because
Yeah, it
freaking
was 10.
McVay
Yeah,
lobbed the field goal to
just
cover at the
cover
end.
the
I mean,
spread.
shout out McVay for just being an absolute dog.
Yeah, save parlays,
Um,
bro. I love
but
it.
yeah,
It's a 10-point loss.
yeah, Seahawks, and then like Seahawks, Ravens, good, like just kind of mid 3-1 teams. Like not bad,
Mhm.
not great. I think I like them both. Like I wouldn't want to play either of them. Tough games,
Yeah,
but I don't think they're close to. They don't have the peaks of these next 7 teams. And for everybody, like on a NCAA top 10, you can kind of comparing wins is a little bit more meaningful because the teams are different every year. In the NFL, you kind of know what players they've been there for 5 years, 6 years, so you can kind of they're think of it more as kind of power rankings. We don't
yeah.
label it as power rankings, but like
That's what it is.
it's not the same ranking system. Like just because the Chiefs and the Lions have the same win and loss total and the Lions beat the Chiefs, that doesn't mean they automatically are better than them because we have more to go off of versus in college, like teams are teams lose 35 players a year that you can kind of okay, if I beat you and we have the same win loss record, I'm going to be ahead of you. That makes sense. In the NFL, it's a little bit different, so it kind of fluctuates a little more from week to week.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's more so like you said, in college, these are college athletes versus in the pros. I mean, these are professionals, like you said. They have a track record 3, 5 years. Like we know the Chiefs. I mean, I think everyone could say if they had Chris Jones and they have a healthy Travis Kelsey,
Or 4-0.
right? Yeah, they're probably not losing at home. So
And another example is the Bears are up on the Broncos, shit the bed, lose. Justin Fields doesn't look that good. The Commanders take the Eagles to overtime, and then we have the game tonight where the Bears absolutely slaughter the Commanders. That's
yeah,
1 week. Like not even 1 week. That's 3
5 days.
days of practice. That's a
I can't
Monday,
count.
Tuesday, Wednesday of practice, and then a boom Thursday game. And that's how quickly like you're the
Shit.
Commanders. You're one. Should we have gone for 2 points away from knocking off an undefeated team to we just got slaughtered by the Bears.
Yeah.
Crazy. So in the NFL, there's so much week to week because they're all professionals. Everybody's good. Even if your team's 0-4, like they're professionals. There are good players on that team, and they can win at any moment. They can beat somebody.
Yeah. I think, looking through here, again, we talked about the Texans being number 10. It was just a great nod to them. I'm not gonna lie, those red unis are sweet. Those all
Mhm.
reds
Mhm.
with like what is it, a red chrome, I think, for the helmet? Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty sweet. real
Very,
swaggy.
very nice.
You don't see that much in the NFL anymore because I get it, it's professional, but I like a little flair, a little razzle dazzle. Um, Dolphins pretty solid. They just ran into a Bills team, which that's kind of been the blueprint in the playoffs. I love this Dolphins team. They're a track meet.
Yep.
The only problem with the track meet is if I can get my hands on you first,
Yep.
you can't run. So
They're gonna
I
need to
think the
find a
Dolphins are
little
gonna be fine.
yeah, find a little some more wrinkles to their game, but
Yeah,
they're one of the best teams out there. I mean, they dropped freaking 70 points. Like,
yeah.
I
They
don't
they
care
they
what
know.
anybody says, like, that's crazy.
Thinking they're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I really think just looking at this top four, I think I wouldn't really make too many changes just because I think the Eagles and the 49ers are the top teams in the NFC. I don't think anyone should really debate that. You could debate whether you think the Eagles are better than the 49ers or what. That's debatable. Bills Chiefs, I see it that way too.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know about you, but I kind of thought the Bengals were going to be kind of a wagon this year. I thought the
Yeah, and
Bengals
even the
were going to
Chargers, like, if you
be
really
something
look at
fun.
this from all the people that say, "Wow, shitty NFC, like, blah, 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 easy road." I mean, count the teams. It's pretty even.
Yeah,
NFC, you got Niners, Eagles, Lions, Cowboys, Seahawks. There's 5. Count the other teams, 5. And
yeah.
then even in the honorable mentions, you have 2 NFCs and 1
AFCs.
AFC. Like, it's not as
Not as polarizing as
cakewalky
people think.
as you would think,
Yeah,
you know?
I think it also makes for good games this season. I mean, I'll
Mhm.
say it right now. I actually was kind of surprised that the Browns were good this year. And I wouldn't say they're good; they're decent.
Yeah, they're okay. They're a
Um,
fringe playoff team. They'll give
yeah,
people a good game.
yeah. Their defense will keep them in all games. I
Yeah.
think. Whether Deshaun Watson, I don't know why he was out this last week. I just saw that he was. DTR, who whenever he plays bad, I got a little nickname for him. He goes from DTR to STD. So
STD.
you
Yeah.
don't want him to be an STD.
You
You want
don't
him to be
want
a
that. Nobody
DTR.
wants that.
No, but he doesn't want that.
No.
So, but he got thrown against a really good Ravens team that was just ready to take off a little bit.
Yeah.
Lamar was ready to run, ready to have a Mark Andrews masterclass, which, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, he finally
Um,
showed up.
yeah, I feel like a lot of teams this week finally showed up.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, yeah, now that's why, I thought you were a dog and now you're showing me you're a
Yeah.
dog, but for 4 weeks you were just not there.
Yeah, I think it's pretty like I said, from 7 up, no pun intended. I'm a Sprite guy personally. Get 7 up out of my face. Um, like I could if you were someone that's like, "Nah, Cowboys gotta be top 3." I wouldn't like be like that mad at you just because I know how like each team here has something like elite about it. Like that Cowboys defense can be very elite. That Dolphins offense, that Eagles run game, Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. That Bills offense is looking pretty dynamic. Niners just whole scheme and like everyone's got something that's really really good. Even the Lions, maybe not as much,
MCDC
but
baby.
they just have like almost like an elite grittiness to them that kind of puts them in the top 7. So I think no one would argue Niners at 1 though.
Bro, I mean,
If
any,
I'd maybe change, I'd maybe put the Eagles over the Chiefs. Um,
yeah, I could see that. They played
maybe.
played
They
better.
both kind of have not struggled. Like,
I think it depends though how the Jets do for whether we say whether the Eagles would be better than the Chiefs. Because I
yeah,
really think the Jets were reeling after losing Aaron Rodgers. And now that they know they're going to be going with Zach Wilson, I
yeah,
think
they're
we're going to
kind of
see kind of a different team. Like they're
yeah.
kind of rallying around him. And I think that defense had the potential to be top
But
five.
I'll be the first one to say like the Eagles are not they are 4-0, but they are not playing like the best team, which I am perfectly fine with.
You don't want to play the best. You don't want to be the best
I
team
don't
right
want to
now.
just have my team be number 1 in the power rankings week 4 until week 15, and then we start sliding a little bit. Like, if we can play okay or good and just keep winning, 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 that is fine by me. Because for the Eagles, week 9 through week 15 is as tough a gauntlet as there is in the NFL. It's out of the teams on this list, it's Cowboys twice, Niners, Bills, Chiefs, Dolphins, Seahawks. All those
Yes.
teams.
You got a Taylor Swift game in there.
Eagles play all of those teams. Cowboys twice. Like it's
The gauntlet.
pretty insane. So like stacking the wins, if you could be, you know, 6-0 going into like they'll play the Rams and the Jets. 6-0 going into a I think it's a Monday night football game against the Dolphins or Sunday night. The Kelly Green jerseys get introduced in that game. So like
Got to
they're
get a win
six and
there.
zero going into that. Like you're feeling good. Kelly Green 7-0, and then you kind of hit your gauntlet of like you go 2-3 or 3-3. Like that's perfectly fine. Playing close games against good teams. There's nothing wrong with losing. Losing
No, of
then,
course.
as long as you win the playoffs.
Facts. And that's why I'm kind of happy as a Rams fan. I'm okay being just an honorable mention because one, we have to get all of our guys back. But two, it's like if this team gels together and like we said, there's a lot of factors. If Matt Stafford has time to throw the ball,
Hmm.
the running game gets going. I think the defense is so young that they don't realize like how young they are. Like they're so
Yeah,
dumb they just don't know. So they're
yeah,
playing out of their minds most of the time. Um, if we can just kind of slowly put the pieces together and McVay can teach these guys, the ways that we do it and the offense keep clicking, I mean, could sneak in and cause a little
yeah.
havoc. Who
I
knows?
don't
All
I
you
don't
need is a
see
berth.
why not. They're just gonna probably have to out. You're gonna have to outdo the Seahawks. Like
Yep.
that's gonna be the target. Like, can you finish with a better record than them? Can you finish 10-7
Yep.
or something like that, or even 9-8? But the Seahawks are 9-8,
The
and you got a
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker on them somehow. Like that's gonna be their avenue. I just don't see
We're
a
not going to
world
outdo
where
the 49ers.
yeah, but I don't even see necessarily a world where the Rams are like 12-5. Like that would be
I'd be so
amazing. But like
I'd
it
be
just feels more
amazed.
like a
10 and
get to
7 ish.
yeah,
9
9
and
and 8,
8.
10 and 7 if you can
Mhm.
get there and like okay, you're in the playoffs and then never know. You can make something happen. At least gives you a shot.
Man, you get Matt Stafford, Aaron Donald, a healthy Cooper Cup, and Sean McVay with a week to prepare the game plan for the playoffs. I feel like
Got a
y-
chance.
something could happen. AD kind of turns it up when he hits the playoffs.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm excited where my team's at. I know you're excited where the Eagles are at. We got a
I'm
big
feeling
game this
good.
weekend, so
Should be
you know
fun.
nothing better than some football.